Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. My guests today are Olivia Walleser and Jeannette Baum with the Sorrell College of Business, here to talk about a speaker series to kind of give some real-world experience to students. Thank you both for joining me here today. And first off, tell me a little about the speaker series. What's going on with it?
Yeah, so basically it's a speaker series that involves, like as far as what you learn in the classroom, it applies it. And we have experts all the way from small business owners to students who actually own their own online business. So it's all about how they do it and some real world tips they have to apply business aspects and personal finance aspects to the real world.
To the real world. And that's probably something that sometimes gets missed in the classroom. You're learning numbers and facts and figures, but how does it really apply to the real world? So is that kind of the goal behind this, is getting students a chance to mix this knowledge up?
Definitely. So the title of this series is actually called Geek Speak, and Geeks is our mission statement at the Sorrell College of Business. And one of those factors that we try so hard to involve our students in is engage with the business community. And so we want to ensure that our students are engaging as much as possible with the real world, so that when they enter into their own lives, create their own companies, have their own businesses, that they're able to look back at their time at Troy and see that what they learned in the classroom also applies to their daily lives outside of it.
And they can do that, and through these speeches, you're doing, talk about, I guess, the speaker schedule, because you're kind of packing a lot in a short amount of time over the course of a month. There's twice a week. Tell me a little about the schedule on this thing.
Sure. So we are having, it's going to be a 4-week series. So we're having 2 speakers a week. So the series starts the week right after we return from spring break. It starts that Thursday, and then it kicks off and it goes all the way until April 13th. So the speeches are mainly on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're at varying times, just so the most number of kids can attend each one. But they're all held in Bibb Graves. So if anyone wants a full list of dates, schedules, time, that can all be found on the Sorrell College of Business Facebook page.
All right, and because that location could be subject to change depending on the particular date. So just keep your eyes open, but I'm sure if they showed up for one of these events, someone will be able to point them in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So, and let's talk a little bit about the first one that's going on, and that will be you said the Thursday right after spring break. So come back from having some fun on the beach and learn about personal finance, right?
Personal finance, yep. And Miss Diana Lee from Troy Bank and Trust is actually going to kick off our speaker series. And she's going to be talking about personal finance and how it applies to college students.
And now we talked about this is the Sorrell College of Business doing this, but is this just for business students, or can anybody take part in this?
Absolutely. So basically, it's open to all students because business actually applies to more than just specific business majors. So we really want all Troy students to benefit from this, and we welcome and we encourage everyone to show up.
And in that regard, you talked about your first one's about personal finance, but you mentioned earlier that one of them is about a student with their own business. Is that right? So that may be something that gets people's minds thinking about what the possibility could be for them as well, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly. His online business, he owns his own production company. So he talks a lot about building a company online and how he balances that in college. And so pretty much anyone can benefit if they are thinking about starting their own business in the future. Just a lot of good opportunity to learn some good tips.
And that's what I said. It sounds like it kind of runs the gamut there, because that's, a student at that level who's already started a business, but then once again, the very first one, personal finances, yes, that might apply to a business major, but I mean, what college student doesn't have trouble balancing their checkbook out there?
Exactly.
So, and obviously opportunity for that there. Now, once again, for anybody who's interested in taking part, especially in this first one, tell us kind of like when and where they can expect to check out the first of the speaker series. So.
Sure. So our first one is going to be in Bibb Graves Hall, room 143. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And I believe Obviously, that's Miss Diana Lee from Troy Bank and Trust, but I believe the date on that is March 22nd.
March
Yes.
22nd, so
It's
the
a Thursday.
the Thursday after
Right when
spring
we come
break,
back.
right after
Yep.
you come back, and then after that it'll be every Tuesday and Thursday. In dates and locations subject to change, but you can find out from the Sorrell College of Business website, correct, and or kind of pop in and ask. I'm sure there will be some
Exactly.
sort of
Absolutely.
publication somewhere in Bibb Graves Hall for that.
Oh,
So-
we've got posters everywhere.
Posters
Take
everywhere.
a look on
So
the wall. Yep.
good opportunity to learn a little life lessons, whether you're in the College of Business or not. I want to thank you both for joining me here today to kind of give us an idea of what students can learn about personal business and getting to know some real world knowledge there. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining
well,
us.
thank
today.
you so much for having us, Aaron.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.